Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this is Hopeful Chewbacca back at the Church of Chewbacca, and today we're going to go over two subscribers' teams, give them some team advice on how they can improve their team. The way this works is I'm going to go over their team first, and then I'm going to put the team side by side, what their current team is and what I think the improvements of the team are to make their team a little bit better. Some of the changes are short term, as well as I'll give some long term suggestions, and also some of the players are just long term, because if you put in a guy that's near end game, well, he could be a long term solution for you. First up, we're going to have Alessandro. His team name is Woo. Then we're going to have Deegan, and his team name is iSauce Kids. Let's get into it. So we're going to go over Alessandro's team first. Real quick here, he has Guy Lafleur, the first left wing. Then he has Guy Carbonneau as the first center. First line right wing is going to be the master set player Jack Hughes, 92 overall. Then for his first defensive pick, he has Hut Icons Chris Chelios, and then Winter National Oliver Ekman Larson, that's 88 overall. On the second line, he has Hut Icons Teemu Selanne, 87 overall, 89 Claude Giroux from Team of the Week a few weeks ago. Then he has the Winter National Andrei Svechnikov, that was one of the options for a Christmas present from EA Sports. Then in the second defensive pair, he has Radko Gudas, Czech Republic Winter National card. Then he has 87 Hut Icons Paul Coffey. Third line, he has Hut Fantasy Hockey Brock Besser. He has the Hut Icons Joe Sakic, 87. The Brock Besser's an 87 overall, by the way. Not all the way up to the max 90 that he currently can be. Then he has 86 Howie Morenz Hut Icon. Then on the third defensive pair, he has Dynamic Duo Volume 2, Jeff Petrie, 85 overall, and the 86 overall Hut Icon, Scott Niedermayer. For the fourth line, he has base Steven Stamkos. He has 85 overall Hut Fantasy Hockey, Sean Couturier. Then on the right wing, he has Henry Richard. Then his goaltending is Matthew Garon, 85 overall, and 61 bronze Benjamin Gaudreau, with the coach being Brian Fiddler. With this lineup, he has Howitzer, Speedster, and Wingman activated for player synergies and Distributor for a team synergy. Let's see what we can do to improve the team to possibly get Spark or Balanced activated, as well as at least keeping these player synergies, maybe activating some more. As already previously mentioned, Alessandro's original team is going to be on the right. The team where I've put some of the improvements is going to be on the left. So we're going to keep Guy Lafleur as the first left wing. Makes sense. He's one of the best players in the game, still at 88 overall. Definitely like this card. He's definitely a first or second line left wing for sure. I'm going to recommend upgrading the Sean Couturier all the way up to 90, or as high as you can get him up to. If you can get him to 92, that's great. But you want to get the Howitzer, and you want to make sure this has 2 Spark. This card's obviously filthy. I recommend this card if you start building any of these cards, or if you're just a new player watching the channel, kind of looking to see what other guys' teams look like. Couturier and Besser, I think, are the 2 best Hut Fantasy Hockey cards, and I would slowly start building both of them because they are both absolutely filthy cards. Then we have the Jack Hughes Master Set player. We're going to keep that the same. He's one of the premier left-handed wingers in the game right now. Going to have Chris Chelios and Paul Coffey on the first pair. Going to swap OEL and Coffey because I think OEL works better with Gudas because Gudas is a little bit slower. As you can see, OEL with things activated has 94 acceleration, 91 speed. And Gudas is a slower skater that only has 87 speed and 86 acceleration. So you're going to want to have Oliver Ekman Larson, who's faster than Paul Coffey, with the Gudas because Chelios can kind of hold his own a little bit skating-wise. It just works out better that way in my personal opinion. On the second line, we're going to have Teemu Selanne build the Mario Lemieux. I think he's another important card. Sell the Claude Giroux. I think really building up your cards by just playing the game will help you a lot. I'm not really sure what your coin stack is, but there's no reason for the way your team is built with the Howitzer and Distributor that you don't have Lemieux. I understand he's 7 Hut Icons. You've obviously worked through some 87s and 88s. So you kind of know how it works. I would go out and get this Mario Lemieux, especially because his upgrade will probably be here in like 2 or 3 weeks, and he'll definitely be the best card in the game whenever he gets his 94 overall upgrade. Svechnikov's going to stay in a second right wing. Obviously, we talked about Gudas and Ekman Larson being together in a second pair. Third line, we're going to bump Carbonneau all the way down to the third line because we're going to have Couturier and Lemieux above him. Besser's going to stay as a third left wing. Third right wing is going to be Howie Morenz. I think that's more than fine. I'm going to bring in Justin Schultz primetime here, 86 overall. Get rid of this Jeff Petrie. Obviously, I already have Scott Niedermayer, so that's a good matchup here. This Schultz is pretty nasty when you have Howitzer, Distributor, and Spark activated. 91 acceleration, 93 agility, 93 speed. Has a good shot. It's not the most accurate, but he's on the third defensive pair, so it's not a big deal. His defense isn't the best either with 87 defensive awareness, 88 stick checking, but it's more than sufficient for a third pair, especially with Niedermayer. They're definitely going to fly around the ice and definitely not get burned. So that's good for your fourth pair, I think. On the fourth line, we're going to pick up Owen Tippett, get rid of the Steven Stamkos. We're going to get rid of Richard as well. I'm not sure if he's untradeable or not, but we're going to have the Joe Sakic bump down to the fourth line center, and also pick up Valtteri Filppula. Another card, you're going to need to spark in a speedster. Filppula, I've gone over him before. He's just pretty filthy when you have his synergies activated. Take a quick glance at him. I think that this is a guy that can definitely do some damage on the fourth line. Plays all the way up to over an 89 whenever you get these synergies activated. And then Owen Tippett, I recently did a review whenever a set of 12 cards came out, and I think he's a pretty good card, especially for 2 Spark. He's only about 110,000 coins, which for 2 Sparks actually a really good price. Then we're going to bring in Garan as your starter. Pick up Anton Khudobin. He has 2 Spark. Get rid of this Gaudreau that's just for 3 synergies, because honestly, you need the extra spark from Khudobin, and I think it's a pretty decent pickup. We'll keep Brian Fiddler as your coach, and by doing this, we activate the spark, and we're keeping the Wingman, Speedster, and Howitzer. Wingman loses 1 point, but that's okay, because we don't need to have Wingman at 5 points like this team build is. There's definitely some big upgrades on the team, but they're all about just upgrading the players you already have. So like getting a Couturier up there for 2 Spark. Also, you can start to work towards balance. If you get this Brock Besser up to, I believe, 90, he gets a second balance point. You'll have Niedermeyer and Chelios that you can upgrade for balance, which will give you 3 more points to put you at 8 balance. Maybe we can rework the team a little bit whenever you get there and you build up some of these other guys you have on your team. Like the Morens can get an extra distributor. You bump him up to the 91 overall that he's going to be shortly. So there's some flexibility here, as well as the Salon. He can upgrade. He'll have 2 Spark eventually. The Sakic will have 2 distributor if you upgrade these cards. So I'd really work on focusing, getting a lot of HUT icon collectibles, and building up the guys that you can, as well as a few gold collectibles here or there for the Besser and Couturier to upgrade them every single month. And then your team just consistently build on the base and foundation that you have. You'll have a super nasty team towards the end of this game. That would be my advice, is just play rivals, play squad battles, get a bunch of gold players, trade them in for collectibles. Maybe you'll pack something really good. If you want to flip the market some to speed it up a little bit. But really, you just have to play the game, grind it out. I really think this team improves what you have. So we've gone over Alessandro's team. Let's move on to Deegan's team. So Deegan's team has Mario Lemieux, past meets present, as the first left wing. First center is going to be Sean Couturier. He has Taylor Hall's Frosted Flakes franchise great Windsor Spitfire card on the first right wing. Then he has Felipe Myers and Erik Karlsson in his first pair. That's a Litter Grid Erik Karlsson. On the second line, he has Guy Lafleur, Wayne Gretzky, and Connor McDavid base card. Then he has Rob Blake and PK Subban for his defense. On the third line, he has Alexander Nylander, which is the free card you got for Christmas. Was one of the options. He has Eric Lindros, Dynamic Duo Volume 2. Then he has Elias Pettersson on his third right wing. This is an untradeable card, so that's pretty unique. A very good card. Obviously, I've suggested this card more than once. Then he has Jonas Holas to get the distributor point here. Another right-handed defenseman, and he has Tyler Myers, who's a big-bodied, for his Team of the Week 84 overall right-handed defenseman. He has all of his defensemen as right-handed players. I try to kind of keep that theme. I think there's 1 or 2 left-handed guys I had that in here to make sure that we got the synergies that we needed to get, though. Then on the fourth line, he has Daryl Sittler, Guy Carbonneau, and Brock Besser. Brock Besser's only an 86 overall. The Carbonneau and Sittler are their bronze 85 and 84 version, respectively, not their silver cards. Then we have Matthias Niederberger for goaltending that has distributor and spark. And then we have Benjamin Gaudreau as well, just like the other team that has distributor, spark, and swarm. Then he has Fiddler as his coach. The synergies he has activated is Howitzer, Speedster, and Distributor. He has 3 out of 4 points for Wingman, and he has half of what Swarm is. So let's see what we can do to maybe activate another team synergy, maybe get another player synergy. We're not going to focus on player synergies, though. We're looking to get team synergies because that's what's best for these team reviews, as well as just improving your team in general. If you're just another viewer, maybe somebody that is thinking about getting their team reviewed by me, always go after team synergies before you go after player synergies. Once again, Deegan's team is on the right. My suggestions are on the left. And on the first line, we're going to keep it exactly the same. Lemieux, Couturier, Taylor Hall, Myers, and Karlsson. My suggestion would be, though, if you want to upgrade this Couturier to get him to the 92 overall, I don't see any issue with it. I would continually build him every month, and I would set aside gold collectibles to do such with him and Brock Besser. As for the second line, we're going to have Lafleur, Gretzky, keep that the same. Pedersen, we're going to bump him up to the second line on the right wing. We're going to sell Connor McDavid's base card. He's not offering too much value to you. I know he's a better card. I think you can still get about $35K for him, maybe $40K for him. So I think it's just worth selling right now, to be honest. We're going to pick up this Ryan Merkley and Eric Brandstrom. I'm going to go over both these cards pretty quickly here. The Merkley, with the passing playmaker, wingman, distributor, and swarm that we activated, he becomes 93 speed and acceleration, 99 agility. His slap shot accuracy and wrist shot accuracy are both 92, with his powers being 94 and 93. He has great stick checking at 96, 91 discipline, only 88 defensive awareness, so it's not super high, but it's definitely pretty good. Now, he does lack body checking, but he's a little bit of a smaller defenseman. He's only 5'11", 170 pounds. But a great skater, as you can see, good shot. He has great hands here, 99 max passing, great stick checking. I think this card will be very good for you, even though it's a little bit smaller. And then this Brandstrom is just, I just love this card. 92 speed, 90 acceleration, 98 agility. His shot for his slap shots, 92 slap shot power, 89 slap shot accuracy. Has good passing at 95, 96 to checking, 91 defensive awareness, 94 discipline. I think he skates very well. He's one of my favorite cards. The only reason he's not in my lineup anymore is I just upgraded with some left-handed defensemen just barely, and he didn't really fit my synergies anymore. But you're also getting the passing playmaker activated with him, plus the swarm and distributor. Just an absolute stud in my personal opinion. We're going to third line here. We're going to have Nylander, Guy Carbonneau, and Brock Besser. So what I'm doing here is I think you should upgrade this Carbonneau to get 2 distributor, in my personal opinion. I think it's the right move to go about it that way. Or if you want to take your Sittler and upgrade your Sittler, you can upgrade your Sittler as well. The biggest reason I went with the Guy Carbonneau is because it allows you to activate Wingman as well, which I think really helps this Merkley, and it helps the Myers to give him a little bit more acceleration. Look at the Myers with the Wingman. He gets up to 90 acceleration, which I think really helps this card, makes it a little bit better, especially because we're not able to activate Spark. If you just look at Wingman does, it gives you the better passing, wrist shot accuracy, and acceleration. I think it's pretty good for this card, to be honest with you. We're going to move Besser up from the fourth line to the third line. We're going to take Blake and move him down to the third defensive pair and move PK Subban down and get rid of Tyler Milers and Holas because we don't need them anymore with the distributor upgrade for Carbonneau. Or if you want to do Sittler, do Sittler. I think Sittler might be a slightly better option, but I do think Carbonneau with that wingman definitely helps out some of your other defense that I put in here to get them activated. For the fourth line, we're going to go Daryl Sittler. I want you to pick up this Bobby Clark. I think you can almost swap him out like 1-for-1 for McDavid. I think it's pretty close right now. Bobby Clark's going to be another guy that gets an upgrade. I think this card is one of the best cards offensive awareness-wise. He always seems to be in the right position. He scores a lot of goals for me. I mentioned in a different video that he's one of the few cards that has more goals and assists for me because he's just always wide open in the slot or the high slot. He seems to roll to the right places when you throw a pass looking for a one-timer. We're going to pick up this Lucas Reichel, and he has distributor and passing playmaker, and I think this card looks a little slightly underrated to me. He plays up to an 87 from an 85. He gets the passing playmaker activated, but you're looking at the card, 91 speed, 87 acceleration, 99 agility. His shot's pretty good with 85 wrist shot accuracy, 90 wrist shot power, good passing, puck control, hand-eye, and then he has defensive awareness and stick checking. Actually, what I'm going to do live action right here, we're going to swap these two guys. I think Sittler over here on the right wing is a little bit better because he's more of a sniper. This guy will be more of your setup man. But either way, these are 3 lefties, and I'm not sure if you have something against lefties or not against lefties. Actually, we can do it this way or this way. Something of that configuration if you want to have lefties on your right wing, because that was obviously 3 righties. I don't know what I was thinking, putting 3 righties together and 3 lefties together. But you can shift these guys around however you want, but we'll put it this way right now. I think that Besser, Clark, and Reichel will get it done as well as a Sittler, Carbonneau, and Nylander will get it done the same way. Then for the starting goaltender, we're going to switch out this Niederberger because we really need 2 swarms. So we're going to pick up Alvis Merzlikins. He's a very good goalie. He's big-bodied, 6'3", 192 pounds, has very good attributes. His glove high is a 90. I really, really like that. And he's not over-aggressive. I think he's in between at like 75 to like 83. which I think is like the sweet spot, maybe 73 aggression to 83 aggression. He's not too aggressive, but he's aggressive enough where he's not just going to get burned if on one-timers. He's going to be aggressive enough to stop them. We'll keep the Benjamin Gaudreau. We will keep Brian Fiddler as well, and I think that really improves your team. Look at what we get activated here. We actually activated the wingman that was 3 out of 4. We got passing playmaker activated and swarm. So I think this is a huge improvement to your team, and it's really keeping most of the same components as well as adding some a little bit lower budget guys, a guy about 100K, a guy less than 100K. I mean, the upgrades for the icon collectibles might be a little bit much, but you can obviously earn these by just playing. This is a relatively budget card, about 50K. Merz Lincoln's is only about 50K, but you'll be able to sell off Halas, Myers, Niederberger. I think you'll be not even on coins, but I don't think you'll be hurting too bad coin-wise. If you really have to, you can always sell off this Erik Karlsson as well and just get another defenseman that has howitzer. I just think the passing playmaker, especially for PK Subban as well, gives him a lot better passing, gives him better stick checking, makes his PK Subban an absolute filthy monster. But here's what we got activated now on the team. Howitzer, passing playmaker, speedster, wingman, distributor, and swarm. I think this is really the way you should build your team. Has a lot of player synergies activated, gets you an extra team synergy for the swarm. You'll be flying around the ice playing very good defense, as well as still having a pretty speedy and sniper type of team where you can score a lot of goals, in my personal opinion. For either of you guys, if you need any more help, you can always DM me. The links are on my profile. You can just search Hopeful Chewbacca. You should be able to find your personal review link, as well as we can talk about anything. Leave a comment down below. I appreciate you guys submitting your teams and letting me put them up on the channel. I hope you guys enjoy your reviews. Boys and girls, that's going to wrap up this video of team advice for 2 subscribers on the channel. If you would like me to review your team, don't hesitate to direct message me on Twitter at Hopeful1137. I'll put it in the description below, or join the Discord. I'll provide a Discord link as well. Drop your URL for NHL Hut Builder into the proper channel that's on the Discord, and let me know that you would like your team reviewed, and let me know anything about your team particulars, how you're trying to build it, what you're trying to work towards, and I will find some solutions for you, or do my best to find some solutions at the very least. I appreciate all the support you guys have given me. Don't forget to comment, like, and share this video, and especially share this video with any of your friends that play NHL 21, especially if they need team advice or if they're just fans of the game, so we can continue to grow this community and this channel. You guys have a great day and be safe.